Hello everybody. Happy Wednesday. Happy Hump Day. A couple of us here from Short. I usually the Baldur's Gate, but a DM
Hi.
are gonna be working on a class that I've put a little bit of work into. We're just gonna be fine tuning it. So we'll be working on a bit of an undead class. I think it's deserving of a class because well, any race can be undead. I've seen like undead races, but undead should be more of a play style, I think. But yeah, we'll start with the basic class stuff. There's interesting stuff in there.
That's what you give some of your inspiration for this class.
Yeah, the subclasses I have inspiration marked. We'll get to that.
Seeing some Warhammer there.
Yep. Yeah, we'll get into that. Yeah, there's some interesting stuff. I'm down to change just about anything. When I was making the class, I was looking at mostly the fighter and rogue because they are martial classes, but they also have a subclass which is also dedicated to magic, with the rogue and the Eldritch Knight for the fighter. Yeah, let's just dive in. I originally had the hit dice at 1d6. Okay, yeah. The premise of this class is to basically go in and die, but
Don't die.
yeah, but don't die. You come back with a boatload of temporary health, and your death saves are easier than other classes. So you just go in, die, come back, die.
You're really living on the edge of this class.
Yes, you are. Kind of a maniac play style, but I think it could be fun. Like I said, I had originally had the hit die at 1d6, but for what this class does, I think it needs a little more health. So we have it at 1 now.
Especially since most of them are going to be frontline fighters, a D6 is probably not going to be enough.
Yeah. That's
The unique thing that you want to do with this class is have it to where it can become a martial class or a spellcasting class all in one.
Yep.
Let's format this just a little bit so it's easier to go through.
Yeah.
I'm very picky about formatting. Oh no, it's all good. It's all good. We got this thing up an hour before we started this, so
Yeah.
okay. So we'll go back to the stats, the starting stats here in a little bit, but it's not as important as what you get at level 1, which is the Undead Awakening.
Yeah. So being undead, you may appear weak, or very hard to kill. That's a little flavor text. My original numbers, which these are, I was just trying to think of. Yeah, I don't even know the best way to balance it, but so you would come back with 2 times your level plus 2 times your proficiency in temp HP time you go down, and then failed death saves don't carry. Yeah, you come back on 1 success. Also, I completely that part, but that's the big bonus. You come back on 1 successful death save with temporary HP, and there is no limit to it. Per rest, you get it and can come back
You
a
just
lot.
keep going until you actually die.
Yeah. So that's kind of the defining feature, and I think down the line, or maybe it's one of the subclasses, they get like a boost to it. I forget, but yeah, that's kind of the defining feature. What do you you mentioned something I think the other day, or
I have had
maybe
a fever off and on, so I can barely remember.
yeah, but so yeah, 2 times your level plus maybe throw a con in there somehow, but those numbers don't seem bad. 6, 8, 10, and then it will obviously boost higher the higher you level
Well,
as your proficiency
I,
also
I
goes up.
think it's either level or proficiency. I think you could probably do away with one
Yeah,
and then replace it with Constitution mod.
I do like that. Maybe the level 1. Yeah, and so with this class in its spellcasting, I originally had its Constitution as its spellcasting modifier, so it gives you reason to have very high con.
You may want to add onto this feat or add another feat that actually tells the person that, hey, you count as an undead. And that lets the DM do some interesting things of,
Okay.
hey,
Yeah.
you're going to get turned undead.
Yeah, I think that's I mean, that's the point of the class, right? So that should be a level 1 thing, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know what to. We'll just throw that in there. And then also with level 1, you do get to choose your subclass. So I have white, which is kind of just your armored, in your face martial fighter. My inspiration was Krell from Warhammer Fantasy, like a white king. He's literally a white. He's a badass. But yeah, he's my white inspiration. The blighted is a damage over time, kind of like yeah, whittle you down with poison. That's inspired by the Death Guard from 40k. Like we said, if you couldn't tell, I'm a big Warhammer.
I would have no idea. It's almost like I would have guessed that Chris loves cowboys.
Yep. And the Revenant is a stalking figure specializing in necromancy, like a hunting spirit or spirit of revenge. Pike and Callista from the lore of legend. Kind of mine.
Well, I'm just going to let you know right now, I don't know League of Legends, and I
They're
barely know 40k.
yeah, those are 2 pretty cool characters out of their super large list. Level 2. I mean, yeah, just you gain expertise in history because being dead, you've probably been around for a while. Who knows how
No,
long?
it's recommendation instead of giving expertise in history. How's about allow history as an option for that, and then yeah, so something doesn't feel right about the expertise in history.
Yeah, it was just randomly kind of thrown in there.
Because depending on how you play this character, you could be pretty new to being undead.
That's true.
I think give it as an option for the skills whenever you choose the class.
I have it as a skill up there, yeah. Choose from,
Okay.
but not expertise. Yeah. I was seeing if there was a, like sometimes instead of bold or underline, there's like the line through it. We'll just take. I was just trying to think of what else can I throw in there.
Well, you also need to think about your subclasses and everything when we get to that.
Yeah. At
Because for
second level.
Chris's morphing class, it is very subclass heavy, where you're getting a lot of your key stuff from your subclass, and then your class features are just kind of little buffs here and there.
Yeah.
And I kind of feel like yours might be pretty similar, especially since you're going to be either picking martial or spellcaster.
Yeah. But yeah, even with the spellcaster, if we as is, with con being spellcasting, unless we change that, still kinda can be like a tanky spellcast.
Oh yeah, especially just throw on some armor. I just think that there needs to be probably some more buffs towards the martial end whenever you choose the martial class. That way you're kind of more. That way it kind of focuses you a little better.
Yeah.
Because this is already kind of a very interesting aspect of choosing what kind of playstyle you're going to be from a single class. So that is already kind of going to make things a little difficult to balance for it.
Yeah.
I love your questioning here. Maybe.
Wait,
easy save? Con save?
Oh yeah. Just yeah. I don't know how it's gonna work yet. Yeah, as a bonus action, frighten an enemy most recently hit. Figured this. Hey dude, you look undead. Not a unique, but a useful feature. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's always a good one. Especially if you're a tank and you need to kind of take off a bit of stress from you. Okay, so level 3 have pick a fighting style, which I think that might want to come down to subclass. Maybe. Again, I'm not entirely sure what you're planning on doing for the subclasses themselves.
Well, I have it. The biggest, I guess inspiration would be the word, is I closely try to make it like fighter almost. So Revenant spellcasting is basically identical to Eldritch Knight, except it's just necromancy, divination, magic. So you're not really getting the high level spells or like the highest. I have it.
So all three are going to be at least half caster.
No, only Revenant really gets spellcasting.
Okay.
The white and blighted, there's just good abilities. White is completely martial. Blighted will have some interesting abilities that almost feel like spells maybe, but not really have spellcasting.
Sorry. There.
Yeah. Yep, basically. Yeah, so the martial, when I think you pick white, you get maybe another fighting style, I forget. But since they're all going to be kind of in the thick of things. Yeah, I just figured give them all a fighting style at level 3 or let them pick. We could put that in subclasses though, potentially. We could maybe make that level 3 thing more unique in a way.
Since they are all going to be martial, at least to some degree, picking a fighting style level 3, yeah, I don't think that's a bad idea. I think it works. You might want to limit the choices for fighting style, maybe, to where it is a little more thematic, maybe.
Yeah, okay.
Like
Yeah,
here's a list of the fighting styles you can choose from.
I forget what I put for the subclass. We'll see it there. But yeah, we could make it there are a lot of fighting styles now. They've added so many.
Yeah, just a couple.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see here. We got archery, blind fighting, defense, dueling, great weapon fighting, interception, protection, superior technique, thrown weapon fighting, two weapon fighting, unarmed fighting, close quarters shooter, mariner, tunnel fighter. Of course, his last three are currently UA.
Okay.
I'm thinking.
Yeah, like defense, dueling, great weapon fighting, maybe protection, weapon fighting.
Yeah.
Basically player's handbook ones minus archery.
Yeah. I think even blind fighting might be an interesting one.
Yeah, that could be cool. I do agree with that.
I think you could do with most of these. And then there's, like, for the paladin, they get a fighting style option where they get 2 cleric cantrips. So maybe something like that might be an interesting one. Like choose 2 warlock spells or 2 wizard spells or something like that.
Oh yeah.
So have a custom fighting style option.
Okay. Yeah. That's cool. So what would go good there? Warlock? Huh.
That is a good question.
Yeah, okay. I think thematically that's probably the best.
I mean, unless you were to say, just choose 2 necromancy cantrips. This not mattering the class.
Yeah. Give the white and blighted an opportunity to pick some stuff.
Let's see here. What cantrips we got? They don't have much options. They got chill touch, spare the dying, and toll the dead. Maybe also, let me look up something just real quick. Where is it? Maybe also abjuration spells, maybe.
Yeah.
Or little defensive boost like Blade Ward and Resistance. Because that's the only 2 cantrips you can get.
Yeah, okay. I like both of those actually. That where I definitely deviated from Fighter. Dude, Fighter gets so much ASI. I didn't even realize because I haven't been leveling up with Fighter with Grimmer, but I was, yeah, looking at their level up table and gee, Fighter gets a lot of ASI.
Throw in a superior technique fighting style, which is the get battle master maneuvers.
Oh, that's really cool. I like that. Yeah, when you die, you lose all ability to use ranged weapons. That's just how it is.
Yeah, but you get magic, which is pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
So what do you want to call the fighting style that lets you get these two cantrips?
I don't know, undead like undead magic is like the basic ass one. I don't even know. Yeah, we'll work on that. We'll just throw in undead magic. Level 4, every class gets. So that was just like.
Yeah, depending on how many feats and stuff that you offer, I don't think you're gonna need the same ASI as a fighter, because you're also gonna have a little bit of magic, and you're not gonna be as easy to kill.
Yeah, that's where I kind of deviated from the fighters. I just thought that was way. I wanted to add like more stuff than just a stat boost. So at level 6, we have a subclass feature. Roll down and we can go over those, or do you want to save those for the end?
Let's go ahead and take a look at your subclasses.
Oh, they also at first level you got it, so didn't go over any of them. These all need a lot of work, I think. I put a lot of. I didn't know how strong that Undead Awakening thing was, so I didn't want to make my subclasses too powerful, but the white one especially is kind of like your very vanilla fighter kind of subclass. First level, instead of just the
I'm
simple
undead,
weapon.
but I'm still bland.
Yeah. Kind of easier to use, but yeah. So the base class just gets light armor, medium armor, and simple weapons. This one gets all armor, all weapons. And then after that Undead Awakening, you would gain advantage on your first attack. After kind of like getting on. Was something. And then the 6th level one, which is what we got to. I didn't really have a name or idea for it. I just some sort of hunter's mark thing where you can mark enemies, and you just. So yeah, very more bland than the others. Just I'm good at fighting and kind of deal. And after that, subclass on their 10th level, I kind of gave them some sort of AoE ability, whether it be debuff, damage, or whatever. It's kind of like an aura kind of thing. So for this one, I have Taunting Shout. I thought I had so with this, you would taunt everyone within a range, and also from Undead. Oh wait.
I just realized
So
someone from our audience, totally random stranger who I have no idea who it is, was asking your inspiration for the undead magic user.
Oh, the Revenant was two league characters, neither of which are actually magical, but in the lore they're kind of like spirits of revenge, and so that's why I kind of gave them the necromancy and divination. They can hunt you down no matter where you're hiding, and that's kind of was the idea behind them.
Oh, I see that. See if I can
Dang it, yes.
get that to come up. No, weird. It shows that it's working, but it's not showing up.
What?
A filter on it? See, I'm gonna... I see what happened. Okay, got moved behind things. There we go. We got moved behind the board. Okay, so let's look into your subclasses a bit. Okay, so first level, it looks like you're giving some proficiencies. So for why they get
tankier,
yes,
able to have access to any weapon, and when you get up from being knocked down, you are especially strong as well, gaining it.
Now, after reading your Undead Awakening, instead of advantage, it might need to be a bit more of a boost.
Okay.
So, stealing a thing from clerics, because you are taking the risk of dying when doing this.
Yeah, it's
so, taking the clerics. What is it? The war priest. They get some sort of assured strike or something like that. I can't remember the name of it, but it gives them a +10 to an attack.
Oh, okay, yeah. It might be the war cleric subclass, or
yeah, it's the war cleric. I know that. I just can't remember the name of the.
Yeah, just a +10 though. I like that. Yeah, that's gonna guarantee a hit almost.
Especially with how base D&D is, you only get one advantage. So if you can get advantage from another source on top of that 10, that's even better.
Okay. Yeah, let's just straight up change that then.
+10 might be a bit much, but I would say a minimum of +5.
Yeah, I almost do want to go plus 10, just because there's no guarantee you even get to do this that often. Yeah, we'll just have plus 10 in there for now. If this class gets tested and we find it strong, we can.
I guess I just have to kill off Grimmer, and you can test out this class.
Yeah. He's been close a few times already. He's a bit reckless. And,
Whose character dies first? Is it going to be Mirren or Grimmer?
That's a tough one.
I would say Leo, but he keeps coming back from the brink somehow every single time he should die.
Yes, the impaling. That whole fight, I almost went down, he almost went down. That was a close one. That fight was so intense. Yeah, as I see you're kind of going down there. Some of them are pretty standard, which I can definitely add a lot more to these.
Okay, so for White, you're giving them proficiency with all armor, shields, and martial weapons. Blighted, or so they're just keeping the base proficiencies that you offer.
Yeah. I was actually I thought of giving them some sort of unarmored defense, maybe making them like your potential dex option if you wanted to do that.
Now, I do recommend, since this is going to be a frontline fighter for the most part, perhaps just go ahead and give all of them martial weapons.
Okay.
Because being the frontline fighter and going into battle with a club, probably not the best thing later on.
Yeah, that's gonna feel pretty bad. Yeah. Okay. Just White will get heavy armor and shield, which is still kind of nice, and then the other ability, not bad either. That's gonna feel really bad. Yeah, if Blight is up the entire time, level 20.
Okay, so you want the Blight to be, you say a damage over time tank.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking you should probably also offer it with all armor and shields.
Yeah.
And don't give anything for the Revenant.
The spellcaster one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that. I capitalize random words. Problem.
Because you might be harder to kill, but you're still going down and having to make death saves.
Yeah.
So it's very risky. So that extra protection is going to be needed.
I would agree. Yeah. Blighted is definitely kind of, it's supposed to be in there just like the White. The Revenant is the half caster.
Yeah, I think leaving the Revenant just with the proficiencies that you get is fine. I think you need to give them a little something. Unless, I mean, spell casting is probably enough for that.
Yeah. Both those schools are pretty nice.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of options. And then, yeah, I need to add something for blighted levels. I just have kind of like the one thing, minimum roll for intimidation, is because I just envision this disgusting undead rot and
maybe what you can do is, if you do not have intimidation as a proficiency, you get it. But if you do have it, then you get expertise.
In addition to that, or just?
I mean, if you want to, you can make 10 the minimum roll. Yeah, I guess. Either way should work. That's just another option for you to look at.
Do you think that's enough for a 6th level, or should I add something else?
I think it might need a little more, especially with white. They're getting a hunter's mark kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's pretty big. And then Revenant, if phasing through solid objects, that's pretty good.
Yeah. Feels pretty awesome compared to, oh, my intimidation is good.
Yeah, so probably another small thing for Blighted.
Yeah. Because, yeah, game-wise, that's pretty solid. I mean, yeah, not as good as the other ones, but maybe another small thing. Yeah, poison condition later on.
Now, I do want to... You say attacks automatically apply poison condition on successful hits. Can you clarify what you mean there?
Landing a hit, make enemy poison. So what is that disadvantage on?
It's disadvantage on a lot of things. So that's very strong, especially if it automatically applies to them.
Maybe, yeah, we'll give them a save. That sounds a lot more fair.
How's about this? A certain number of uses per day, and when you declare an attack, kind of make it like a smite in a way, where whenever you attack, you can choose to apply this on top of it to do additional poison damage, as well as make them save for poison condition, as well as probably more poison damage. And have that like probably a number of times equal to something.
Yeah. I like that. I like the smite idea. I mean, proficiency, like thing.
You can also do it to where it's every couple levels you get an increase to it. Like maybe at level 1 you get to use it 3 times, and then after a couple levels maybe it goes up to like 4. Like you just choose, or you can have it tied to proficiency.
Yeah. Maybe we have it ramp up at level. That's like another thing. It's level's already lacking.
Also, is there a reason as to why you went with the resistance instead of immunity to poison?
No, not really.
Because for the Blighted, your idea is that you are undead and that you're just absolutely riddled with disease.
That's
so, yeah, maybe you are immune at this point.
Yeah. Thematically, that makes way more sense. You are just disease ridden already. You are poison.
Because, I mean, there's already a lot of things that have immunity to poison. So, I don't think it's a big deal for offering an undead character immunity to poison, especially whenever they're focused around it.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, an idea I would like to offer you, maybe a bonus for that level 6 feat that you're looking for.
Yeah.
Maybe offer it to where you can choose to either do poison or acid.
Yeah.
Because early on, poison, like there's going to be a lot of things typically that are going to be affected by it. But you're probably going to need that acid buff to be able to stay relevant. Because depending on the campaign, if you end up going against a lot of undead, yeah, the poison ain't going to cut it.
Yeah.
But some acid might. Yeah, instead of giving out some poison, you might want to drop some acid. Ba-dunts. Now, instead of 1d6, since this is going to be limited, and there are a lot of things that are resistant or immune to poison.
Up it?
Yeah, sure. Up it like 2d6, 2d8, and just make it to where if they pass the save, then they can half that damage.
Up to.
But just for simplicity's sake, I would say that the attack target must succeed a con save or take 2d6 poison damage and become poisoned. Or on a success, they do not get poisoned and the poison damage is reduced by half. Because that's how a lot of spells and stuff are worded. It just makes it a little easier to know off the top of your head.
One more time. I'll just type as you. What was the wording? Or do you want to write it?
Yeah, I'll just go and type it because I think I'm in the middle of a cough fit.
Sorry, but. Of the low HP.
How's that? At least for right now.
Yeah. Yeah. I like how the smite wording after you hit, you can decide to do it also. And then at the 6th level, I added the damage can be poison or acid, and increased the number of attacks from 5 maybe.
Sure. I mean, what you could do also is you can make this kind of like a sneak attack where the damage die increases over time as well. But it's still, it's still 3 times per day, but every couple levels, poison damage or acid damage is upped.
Yeah. I'll have to see how sneak attacks scale. I didn't play Rogue last campaign. I like that. That's you already use just have it scale basically identical to sneak attack. Yeah.
So maybe at like every, I don't know, 6 levels or whatever, you up it by 1 or 2 dice.
Yeah. So at first level they have a 1d 12. 6. They have the same attack damage every 2. Since it's already starting at 2d to 1, maybe every 3 levels it goes up, or every. Yes, thank.
Okay.
Lighted 10th level AoE ability. Kind of like a. So what is it? There's like a elemental barbarian that has like a fire AoE, and that's kind of what this was.
Yeah, the zealot.
Yeah. I mean, just flavored as poison instead, and that's kind of what this was.
Let's take a look at how that one is. Oh no, it's Storm Herald.
Yes.
Okay, so that's their Desert Storm aura, which they get at 3rd level. When this effect is activated, all other creatures in your aura take 2 fire damage each. So whenever you activate it.
Yeah, I guess this would work in the same way. You'd have to activate.
So, do you want this to be, because you're wanting to damage over time?
Yeah.
So probably at these, kind of make it like a, whenever a creature ends its turn within your aura, it takes damage.
Yeah. That's exactly how. Because you want to be in there.
Now, do you want to do it to where they have to make a save and they have the risk of taking more damage, or do you just want to do a flat, like they take 1d6 poison damage, that's it, or something like that? Or do you want to do a save and they have the possibility of taking a little more damage?
Yeah, I can do that. I like saves. It feels more fair. There's more dice rolling. We all love rolling.
We'll say you want to do 2d4.
Yeah. Potential. And it just turn just adds up.
We'll put enemy creatures so that way you're not killing your allies.
I noticed the barbarian one didn't care. I was like, I don't know if I like that.
Yeah.
Did 2 damage, but hurt my.
Probably a 30-foot aura might be nice.
Yeah. And
Now, since this is supposed to be the disgusting one, maybe, I'm not sure we would fit it in at, but maybe some sort of stench.
yeah.
But that might be a little much, I'm not sure. But maybe have it as an addition to the poison aura at some point.
Yeah. Yeah. The capstone, the 20th level for all of them, I kind of just did like the paladin thing. Get a transformation in your make a nasty stench for the capstone.
The Cataplepus, it's a large monster, and its whole thing is like rot and disgust and everything. It has the ability called Stench. Any creature other than the Cataplepus that starts its turn within 10 feet of the Cataplepus must succeed on a Constitution saving throw or be poisoned until the start of the creature's next turn. And on a successful save, you're immune to the stench for an hour. So that's an idea.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe you can do an either or. You can choose your aura.
Or maybe on level 20, whenever you're giving that big buff, maybe just throw it on there. And maybe not level 20, I would say like level 18 or something.
Yeah.
Because by level 20, you're not going to get to enjoy it.
Yeah. Yeah, level 18 have
And if you wanted to, you could always give this subclass a cantrip as well, just for extra nastiness. The infestation cantrip. I'm not sure if that goes with what you're thinking, but it summons a cloud of mites and fleas and other parasites. Causes a Constitution saving throw, or they take a D6 damage and are forced to move in a random direction. So maybe not the cantrip directly, but maybe part of toss it into the poison aura, maybe.
Okay. So add in the directional kind of that.
That's a hold on, let me think about it. Then I'm trying to think about how this would go in game. You're wanting them near you.
Yeah.
I guess it doesn't really matter for that. Especially if you're going to just smack them with something to give them additional acid or poison damage, and then also maybe make them poisoned.
Yeah.
And the 2d4 poison damage is pretty strong. Because, I mean...
Multiple enemies, multiple rounds, yeah. So, I'm wondering if I want to do something else with the 15th level now. Make it... Instinct. I mean, that's not like a level 50. That stuff you mentioned.
Instead, maybe make the capstone for the subclass 18, and then you can give all of them a level 20 capstone. That way you can give them that transformation. That way they can hopefully enjoy it.
Yeah, we can just swap the 8 level thing.
So for your level 15, you have Acidic Splash, melee attacks can cause half damage to nearby enemies. So I mean, that's not too bad, especially if you add like acid damage to it.
Yeah. Or you could, blighted strikes times per.
You can pretty much give it the blighted strike, like give them a second version of it that lets you, instead of focusing on one target, you can choose to do like a cone attack or something.
Yeah.
Or within a 5-foot radius of the target. That's probably better.
I was just looking up custom. Yeah.
So let's just go ahead and copy the Blighted Strike.
Okay.
Just put it there. Okay, before you hit with a melee weapon attack, you can choose to imbue your strike with explosive rot.
Yeah.
The tart, maybe not, okay, no save or anything. Plus, yeah, I don't think any save, especially since it's going to be acid based. Or you want to have it to where you can also choose if it's poison or acid.
I guess choice is good.
Maybe have it where the target creature doesn't make a save or anything. They just take the damage, and then other creatures around them have to make either a con or dex save.
What is like Ice Knife, where you have the attack on the first person is just like an attack to hit, and then around make a save?
Yeah. Do you still want the? Do you want the main target to take? Do you want it to make a Constitution save and be able to up the damage? Because if you make it just like a flat damage, you probably shouldn't go too high. But if you give them the opportunity to save, then you have the opportunity for more damage.
Yeah, and explosion just does
Half of whatever damage was done. You want to do 5 or 10 feet of the target?
we can do this 10 feet because this is 15th level. This is out there.
And maybe looking back at Blighted, have a note at the end that says like at certain levels this goes up. We can even do the same thing with the splash.
The damage die. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's take a look. What's something that I know it's a fairly common thing, but my brain is not comprehending it for some reason. You can do every 4 levels or so, it gets an additional die.
Yeah.
There you go. So by the end, you have a 7d6 smite essentially.
Solid. With a chance to poison them too.
Yep. And we can pretty much do the same thing for the other one, if you wanted to.
Yeah, starting at 50. Maybe this would be levels, so you can get up to 46. So 17 to 19.
Sure.
Yeah, so if you have like a crowd of people around you, you have your aura going off, you have this potentially going off for AoE, doing a lot of poison or acid damage to people standing near.
Prescription explosive.
Yeah.
I'm just putting names here just so we have really easy ones to look back at.
No, I've liked that, yeah.
And then your transformation. Well, let's come back to the transformations later. That way we can kind of do all of them at the same time. Let's look back at the white, because we kind of just skipped over it.
We made it? Yeah. The Blighted is very cool though. I think we did a good job there.
Oh yeah. It would definitely be something pretty scary, especially depending on the main class speech that we throw in there.
Yeah.
Okay, so starting back at first level for the white. Gain proficiency with all armor shields, just like the blighted. And after you use your undead awakening, so after you get your successful death save, stand back up, plus 10 to your next attack.
Very reliable.
Okay, and then you get the Hunter's Mark thing. Let's look into that one. So do you want this to be... So you want this to be they choose a target, and then that target, every time they take damage from the white, they're going to take an additional, like, 1d6 or something?
Yeah, I guess. What is the warlock thing that they do right before They always cast Eldritch Blast. Curse or
Hex.
Hex? Yeah. Kind of like a Hex, I guess.
So probably as a bonus action.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it, the Hunter's Mark thing actually would fit better thematically with the Revenant, especially the D&D Revenant.
Yeah.
So
We
it's something to think about.
Yeah.
Because the Revenant from D&D lore and how most lore is for Revenants, they're hunting something. So a Hunter's Mark would be appropriate for them, unless you were to change the names.
the 15th level thing I took straight from the Revenant for the subclass. The Hunter's Mark would be more fitting. I was just trying to make something martially useful for the white, but we can completely leave that blank and come back to that. Or what is something else?
Let's move that down to the Revenant for right now, just in case we think that works out better. Now, maybe you could swap off that incorporealness.
Right.
Yeah. Because what's more terrifying than a fighter that can just walk through your front door without busting down your front door and just start stabbing people?
I think that's a fair trade, and I think, though I didn't really envision because of how I said Krell was my inspiration, but I think that is so badass actually. Like this heavy armored, incorporealness. I like that, adding that to the white.
So how do you want to go about this? Because I'm thinking that you probably should be corporeal most of the time, or else things get a bit broken. So I'm thinking probably something of a... I mean, unless you just want it to where you can choose to move through an object with no issue. Or maybe it has to be a certain thickness. You can like pass through matter up to 1 foot thick or something.
Okay, yeah.
That way a DM that needs you to not be able to do that, they can say, "Oh, I'm sorry, this is 1.5 feet."
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you can just,
and then later on you can always up that to where it's like 5 feet or something, I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, somebody shuts the door on you, walk through there, but not through everything. Like a vault or...
And you want to do it to where they can't pass through certain materials. Like lead is a typical anti-magic thing.
If it's like thematic like that, yeah, I like that.
So that doesn't seem too crazy. Oh, yes, Chris has a good idea. Silver would be a good one.
Silver, yeah, that's a good one. think get it once, but it resets with short rest, or with your proficiency per long rest.
I'm trying to think of it from a DM's perspective about how busted it can be.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, like, the thing is, you are a single character. You're not bringing other characters with you. So if you were to separate yourself from the party, that could cause issue. But also it can just lead to some super badass moments. And it's going to be a thing for DMs to consider even if there is a limited use.
Yeah.
Because there is Earth Genasi, they have the ability to pass through Earth. So they can only pass through Earth, so there's limitations there. And with this incorporeal step, that's stopping them from... Lead and silver are good protection, so yeah, I think this might be okay just leaving it as is. Like, just giving them the option to walk through it.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I like that.
Rogues get a similar with the undead feat, but it's a level 13. I think this is fine. I don't think this is too busted, and you can always upgrade it later on if you wanted to, or just... I mean, I think it's fine the way it is.
Cool. Yeah, I think that would be fun to play as well. For what I had considered the most, like, basic of my subclasses, that's a pretty cool to get there.
Here, I'll pull it up to where I can look at it. He says it's Ghost Walk.
Okay.
There it is. Okay, Ghost Walk, you can phase partially into the realm of the dead, becoming like a ghost. As a bonus action, you assume a spectral form. While in this form, you have a flying speed of 10, so you're not getting the flying speed. You can hover, and your attack rolls have disadvantage, and attack rolls have disadvantage against you. So that right there is a lot there. And it lasts for 10 minutes. So I think this is pretty accurate. You probably just have to come up with the I think this works.
Yeah.
It's not the Ghost Walk. It just has... Yeah, I think it's fine.
Yeah, at the end of your turn, you're solid again. It's not so much a combat feature as it is just out of combat, or to get into combat. The whole attack with disadvantage.
Or if your team just really made you mad, you can just be like, okay, I'm out of here, and just walk through a wall, and like they're on their own.
Yep.
Okay, and at level 10, you have a Taunting Shout.
Gain big boost of temp HP.
So you're going to shout, and I'm assuming there's probably going to be a saving throw to see if creatures use their action to be aggressive towards you.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, so let's see. creatures you choose within 30 feet.
You have that good DM writing. The verbiage.
I'm just copying things I see in the book. Creatures you choose within 30 feet of you must make do a similar to, I think, Pill Duel. Give them disadvantage on attacks against anyone other than you. Yeah, it's something like that. Either that, or if they do make an attack or cast a spell, it has to be centered on you, maybe.
What is that, the Battle Master maneuver where it gives, like, dis on any attack that's not you?
I'm not sure about that, but Chris pointed out that there is the spell Compel Duel.
Oh, yeah.
Goading Strike.
Oh, yeah, that's yeah. Yeah, pretty much like that.
Hey, if you want to join us, you're free to. You just want to jump in chat. Unless you're in the middle of something else. You want to do a wisdom or charisma save? Oh, you're working. Okay, so you're. Okay, I gotcha.
Wisdom. I like wisdom.
Interesting idea. I was about to also make it to where they take a little bit of psychic damage. Just a smidge.
Yeah, a smidge. I like it.
Take 1d8 psychic damage. That might be okay, especially since that's just kind of like a little bonus. So how do you want to go about this? Do you want to do the Compel Duel method where they have disadvantage on attacks?
Yeah.
Against everyone else except for you?
Yeah. They don't have to necessarily attack you, but it would potentially
against creatures other than you. On a success, they just take the psychic damage. How's that?
Okay. They'll get something out of it.
And you also want to do it to where you get the temp HP, right? Now, do you want to gain the temp HP, or do you want to gain hit points? Because if you just stood up from your Undead Awakening, you already got your temp HP. So
yeah, you might end up screwing yourself over.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can gain a certain amount of HP.
Do you gain HP equal to your Undead Awakening?
Okay. Yeah. So basically the same thing, just in the form of actual.
Just copy that directly how we have it. So con mod plus 2 times proficiency. I think that makes it worth it there.
Yeah.
Because overriding the temp HP that you already have with the same amount, that doesn't really do much. Now I can't see the issue of you've already, it's the start of a fight or something and you're at full HP, but yeah, I think this might work fine.
Yeah. You can't go over max HP though. Sure.
Oh, there's an ad break going on.
Oh.
Okay, but I think Chris is the only one here, and he subscribes, so I don't think he sees the ad anyways, so.
Yep.
Okay, at 15th level, gain resistance to all non-magical bludgeoning and slashing.
Piercing maybe also. If you think that's like usually. I don't know how strong. If that's worthy. I was just trying to make a tank.
Maybe what you can do is kind of have the Lycan kind of thing, where as a class feature, you are weak to silver. Or something.
Okay. Yeah, at the just a full class feature.
Yeah. That way the average person can't do anything at all to you. Of course, level 15, they'd be stupid to even try, but they're not going to do anything to you because you're going to be armored up. You're going to have resistance to all non-magical attacks.
Count as undead. I mean, but yeah, any like melee fighter is going to have a tough time.
Now,
Yeah,
what you can do is you can say that you're weak to silver, and then you can choose radiant or necrotic, because like maybe you want to be a good undead, like you were raised holy, like that gives the player an option to choose like which way. And you gain resistance to the one that you don't choose. Either that or you can just make it necrotic and just leave it at that, which might be simple. You're
that is simpler, but I don't know. After you said that, I had this vision of a character though. It was brought up like religious, like you said. I think that's a very cool flavor that you add in there.
Maybe have the main one being necrotic, like you're weak against silver and radium, but you're resistant to necrotic damage. And then as an optional thing, like to discuss with your DM, you can choose to substitute swap necrotic and radiant. I'm not exactly sure how to word that, but yeah. Maybe have that as an option thing, like, hey DM, here's what I'm going to do. Do you think this is okay?
Yeah, I think that's a pretty cool idea. And then yeah, the 18th level, I didn't like basically paladin transformation, just gain a little bit of every stat. I don't know.
I think we should come back to the transformations once we get all the subclasses done, so that way you can see like, okay, here's how all these look and we know what they're doing. Now let's give them their unique Super Saiyan mode.
Yeah. Go down to Revenant. Yeah, so first level, it just gets spell cap.
Let's see how it's worded in other things.
And the thing with fighters, you don't get Eldritch Knight until level 3, so that kind of threw me off. And they only get up to level 4 spell.
Well, with this, since you're choosing it right off the bat,
Yeah.
you can probably, I would say level 5 wouldn't be too big of a deal. So I'm just going to copy over the Eldritch Knight stat for spellcasting, and then we'll reword everything. Okay. Cantrips, you learn 2 cantrips of your choice.
Yeah, I'm locking it to kind of necromancy.
2 cantrips of your choice. That must be necromancy or divination. Hey, if you wanted to, you could say. No, it's probably good, yeah.
Eldritch Knight, Abjuration.
Okay, so you know 3 first level spells. Do you want to restrict it to the wizard spell list, or do you just want to give them full warning?
Yeah, any, I guess. Yeah, option.
It shows. You said Constitution for the spellcasting, right?
Yeah. Inherit your spellcasting ability by being.
I think we'll have to reword that just to make sure that it's specific to the Revenant, because I'm sure someone that would read this be like, Oh, it says spells. That means I can do this for any class.
Yeah.
There's always that person. Okay, so we're going with the Hunter's Mark for level 6.
Yeah, that pretty fit.
You just want to say 120 feet just for the hell of it?
Yeah.
That look okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. And of course, we can bump this up every few levels.
Yeah. Those scales with the game.
Let's see here.
That
You gonna do every 3 or 4 levels?
every 4. Or how does Hunter's Mark scale with level?
I do not know.
Oh, the damage doesn't scale. The amount of time you can maintain concentrations. Yeah, we can
Which
do
I
the
think, since
damage
you're a Revenant, I don't think there should be a timer on. I think it should just be increase the damage of anything.
until kill them.
Yeah.
Yeah, every 4 levels or yeah, I think that's a good level. Get that boost in addition to your transformation also at 18th level. That
So you have a 4d6 bonus, which now thinking about it might be a bit much. So you want to
yeah, we can lower that.
bump it down to a d4.
Yeah, we can do it.
That might be a little more reasonable. That's nothing too crazy. It's just a little bit of a boost. Now, okay, so you mark the target. As you can see, anytime you inflict damage to that creature, it's going to take additional damage. So, are you able to swap this Hunter's Mark, or is it pretty much permanent to that creature?
I think almost like Hex. Like it stays on the creature, and then when you kill it, you can cast it as a bonus action, or like have it swapped to somebody new.
Okay.
So maybe it's have to keep it on that character, but it automatically
maybe you can maybe it's permanent to that creature, but if it does not die and you want to remove it, it takes an action to stop it.
Okay.
Like if you have to really suppress your rage or whatever. Now, do you want to do it to where you know if the creature is dead? That might be an interesting thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because that's like the thing of the Revenant. It is your job to kill, like, or not your job, but you are like compelled to kill this creature. You would know if you had killed it or not.
How's that? You know the
Yeah.
creature's alive or dead so long as it is on the same plane as you.
Yeah, like that a lot.
Do you want to give the option to use your reaction or bonus action?
Yeah.
You probably won't, but you can only have one creature marked at a time.
Yeah. That's a good note to.
And as another bonus, would you want to do it to where you have advantage on survival and investigation checks to locate the creature?
Yeah. I like that. I think all three of these subclasses are very fun in their own way.
And maybe along with that, just kind of have like the general direction it is, like if it's north, south, or whatever.
Like if they tried to hide or whatever.
Yeah, like you mark a target, and then for whatever reason they get away. Like you would know, like, okay, they're north of here, and I have advantage on being able to find them.
Yeah. Know the direction at least of the. Oh, that's badass.
So it's not doing much damage, but it gives you all these. This would be really fun for role playing stuff as well. Like
Yeah.
at the beginning,
Yeah.
like at the beginning of the game, you can talk to your DM like, "Hey, I want to have this one guy marked as part of my backstory." Like maybe you keep your mark on him the entire game, or like maybe he's like an early game boss or something.
Yeah. Yeah. I think there's a lot of stuff you can do with that, and like a recurring villain who seems to get away. Have a lot of
I don't. As from a DM's perspective, I don't think that's too crazy powerful. If anything, it just gives that character more interest.
I think so.
Okay, so 10th level.
Yeah,
You're
it's little thing.
so you're
I had the idea.
like
Essentially,
you know
fairy
where
fire.
creatures are within a 30-foot radius of you, kind of thing.
Yeah, what is fairy fire. They have a dex save. Yeah, the object can't benefit from invisible either, so no matter what,
Maybe what you can do is kind of have an interesting check where maybe not within 30 feet, but maybe 15 feet, a creature that starts its turn or enters your aura must make a stealth check if they wish to be stealthy. They make a stealth check to see if they are marked. Not marked, but revealed.
Yeah.
So if there's a creature trying to be sneaky, they have the option to be. They have the opportunity to try to sneak past your aura. Like they're just so damn sneaky that you don't detect them. But for people that are just like charging up to you with a battle axe in hand or something, yeah, you're gonna know where they're at. Like even if they go around the wall, you're gonna know where they're at.
Yep. So it'll kill just being surprised in some scenarios.
So that way
But if they roll like good enough stealth,
they just make it a high DC kind of thing, which that way it doesn't get on a DM's nerves because having party members that could just they know everything going on around them within 60 feet, no matter what, because they have 100 perception.
yeah, that stuff could definitely.
Not gonna lie, it could be pretty irritating sometimes.
Yeah. I'm actually just copy this for what I had taken from the actual Revenant 5e.
We have an aura of 15-foot radius. Creatures that start their turn or first enter can make a stealth check.
Yeah.
What do you want the DC to be? So typically DCs are 8 plus proficiency plus your plus an ability score modifier.
Because really just strength and con are the only abilities that I have like scaling with the class now. What the I guess like con or charisma would be. I picked.
Now, I wonder, because depending on who it is, he might not go for charisma.
Mm-hmm.
Plus your perception modifier.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I would say charisma modifier, perception modifier, or I'm not sure what else. I mean, wisdom modifier maybe.
Perception.
Which, if you have proficiency in perception, that could be really strong. Now I think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just a stick with the ability score.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I think about like if you were to choose perception as a skill, you're going to be pretty much doubling your proficiency modifier plus 8 plus the ability score, and yeah, that's a very high DC.
Yeah.
So would you want to go with wisdom, charisma, or something else?
I mean, it could, I guess, theoretically be either one of those. We could make it wisdom, maybe. Like potentially 14, 15 at level 10. That's pretty good. Or if you could really boost wisdom a lot with this specific subclass and make it higher.
Yeah. I mean, since you're a martial, but this one kind of opens you up to being, just so long as you have constitution, that's your only important stat, so you can go into strength, dex, or wisdom.
Yeah, true.
keeping that lead and silver thing going.
I like it. Yeah, and 15th level, I literally just copied an actual Revenant. But it very cool though. I like it.
Okay, so this one's straight from the Revenant.
Yeah.
So probably need to change it a little bit, but let's see what they got.
Yeah.
Okay, Vengeful Glare. The Revenant targets one creature it can see within 30 feet of it, and can switch as Sworn Vengeance. Target must make a Wisdom saving throw to failure. So this can pretty much just be an upgrade to the mark.
Yeah. We could adapt it to that. Yeah, I like that. Upgrading the mark. I mean, it's pretty awesome. They're paralyzed, and then after they're paralyzed, they're frightened.
Maybe make it to where they make the save. If they fail, they're paralyzed, and then they're frightened, like it says there. But even if they succeed the save, maybe they're still frightened or something.
Yeah, they're no longer paralyzed, but they're still frightened. Yeah, applying that to the hunters.
So, okay, going with Revenant Mark as the name for right now.
Yeah. Change this first sentence to when applying Revenant Mark.
Yes. Should be good enough.
Yeah, that's really, I like that.
So I like so paralysis since the target is frightened of the red for a minute. On a success, the target becomes frightened.
Yeah.
Frightened, but not paralyzed. That way it still allows you to get that same feeling and everything. The DC would you want this to be the Revenant would be a character that is their force of personality is just so great that they're not dying and they're going to hunt you down because they're just so damn determined.
Yeah.
So maybe instead of wisdom, we go with charisma on the no hiding.
Okay.
And then just pretty much use the same DC as no hiding.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I like that. The 8 plus plus instead of the DC 15.
Yeah. Just put it like this for right now. Okay. I think your subclasses, aside from the capstone, trying to get that one solved.
Yeah.
I think that's a good stopping point on that.
I think so too.
And-
We'll have to have a second session of this.
Oh, definitely.
This is a very fun class.
Yeah, I think we got the starting abilities kind of figured out for the most part.
Yeah, I think we made it to level 4 of the base class before just going to subclasses, so we can look through that stuff as well. That in addition to capstone feature.
Yep. Those transformations are going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Who knows, by the time we look back at it, maybe you might think of something else.
That's true. Yeah.
Now, I think for the blighted, I think a transformation might be pretty cool. Like, you just, like, completely are overridden with disease or whatever, and you pretty much turn into Nurgle.
Yeah.
Avatar of Nurgle or whatever.
Yep.
The only reason I know that character is because my brother absolutely loves it.
Nice. Awesome.
Yeah, he's got a Nurgle army. He doesn't even play.
My man. That's okay. That's Nurgle's cool. I like that. Good for him. I'm all for chaos as well.
Well, thank you for letting me help you with this.
You have helped me immensely with wording and balance. I just think of ideas and I don't know what exactly to do with. But yeah, you helped a lot. That was nice to have someone to talk to.
I love doing this, so next time you want to have another stream of this, you want to do it next Wednesday or something, I'm game.
Yeah. All right.
I probably can't do 6 o'clock. I have to see, but
Okay.
we'll see.
Yep, no problem. Yeah, we'll plan, but we can probably shoot for next Wednesday. That'll probably be. Check. Yeah, this Oh no, Grimmer! No, don't die. I'm just kidding. I do love Grimmer, but it's cool.
I think Chris might be in the same place. I mean, that metamorph class is looking pretty nice.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff there too, for sure. The plant one, that was like, they're all really cool. They're really cool and unique.
I mean, and of course, can't forget about the keen senses with taste.
Yes, yeah, man.
If you don't take taste, like, why are you even playing?
Yeah, you're playing the wrong game.
Okay, well, unless you got any last second things you have an idea for, I think we're good to go.
Yeah, I think we can save it for next time.
Alrighty, you got the link for this, so if you get any ideas, you can slap them on there. If I get any ideas, I'll leave a note.
Perfect. Yeah.
Alright.
Awesome.
And come back Saturday. I'm hoping I'm gonna be okay enough for the stream. Hopefully we'll have everyone here too.
I checked the schedule. I think Nathan's the only one out, but
yeah, if it's only gonna be one person out, it's gonna be fine so long as I can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nathan can. He'll be fine. He'll be fine. I mean, he's just gonna die anyways. All right. Come back on Sunday for possibly some Hunt Showdown. Monday for Matt Mondays, and then Wednesday maybe doing this again.
Yep, finishing this class up.
All right. Gonna roll the outro. Say goodbye, Matt.
Bye, guys.
Bye.